Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another painting tutorial. This one is a spooky one. This is going to be really fun. I want to wish you guys all happy Halloween. I love autumn and Halloween, and I know you guys do too. That's why you clicked on this video and you're watching now. So join me for this painting tutorial. You're really going to have fun painting this along with me. Let's get started. I'm working on a 16 by 20 primed canvas. You can paint yours on any size canvas that you want. Keep in mind when you change the size or the shape of the canvas, so will the proportions a little bit. So just keep that in mind. And I've got the following colors I'll be using. These are all heavy bodied acrylics. They're by Liquitex Basics, but you can use any brand of paint you want. I'm using titanium white, cool lemon yellow. I've got blue turquoise, phthalo blue, magenta, and some Mars black. So what I want to do first is start working on the background, and I'm going to take a big brush because I've got a big canvas. So I've just got my number 50 filbert brush, but you can use any big brush that you've got. I'm going to get my canvas a little bit wet first. Just adding a little bit of water to the canvas will help me blend my acrylics out a lot easier. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just take a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue turquoise, and white. And we're going to start pulling that in an oval shape in the center of the canvas. Let's make up a little bit more of that yellow. Making it bigger and bigger. And then I'm going to go right into my black. I'm going to start with a little bit of water on my brush as well. Bring that into the corner, starting with the left and then the right. So it's easier to start with the corners, the darkest, and then work your way in, adding more and more white. So we make a nice soft gray tone, and then we'll pick up whatever is still wet, part of that yellow, turquoise, and white as well, and that'll be really cool. So now with a bit of water and more white paint, I'm going to start pulling that in, working my way around the canvas. I'm going to rinse my brush out. I've got quite a bit of black still in there, and I want this to get lighter and lighter. So I'm going to have a clean brush with some white now, and I'm going to line it up, see, halfway on the green yellow part of the canvas and halfway on the gray. Pick up some more white, do the same thing, and then just continuously go around and around. Softening those edges with a little bit more of the white just to make it more of a dark charcoal gray. This is all going to dry a little bit darker as well, because acrylic paint always does. I'm going to bring a little bit more of what's on my brush, just a little bit of that light gray inside here. What I'm going to do now is take one of my dry mop brushes. I've got a 1-inch here. You really want it to be dry. And I'm just going to start going around in little circles. just to make it look a little bit more misty. And if I happen to pick up any of this gray, I'm going to pull it into the center here. So we bring in some misty clouds or whatever, a little bit of clouds and mist, fog. This is going to help create a mood. It's kind of a fun way to make a background. You can just kind of exaggerate those swirls and circles. Again, just with a dry mop brush like this. Okay, next I'm going to take a little bit more black and I'm going to go along the bottom. Little circles again. The next brush you're going to need is a number 2 rigger brush. I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to go into my turquoise blue, phthalo blue, and black, some water, a little bit of white. Okay, and I'm just going to start creating a creepy looking forest. So I'm just going to pull up, wiggle, add a little bit more white and water. So you'll need to reload your brush quite often when using one of these liner brushes. Okay, and then with less pressure, just using the tip of your brush, twisting, rolling, and just pulling some smaller branches out. Wherever you want them to be a little thicker, just apply more pressure. let off when you want them to be thinner. The next brush I'm going to be using is my number 14 filbert brush. And I'm just going to lightly come down the edge here. So you see how kind of this smoky bluish gray color. Nothing too dark. Now I'm going to take a little bit more phthalo, turquoise, and black. Just a little bit of white in there. And I'm going to make this tree a little bumpier and a little bigger, coming in from the right side. The next brush I'm going to be using is another mop brush. Make sure it's dry. And let's take those colors again. Blue turquoise, phthalo, and some black. And let's just start adding a little bit of creepy looking, spooky moss. So we'll just start by tapping parts of the tree. I'll add a little bit down here as well, kind of at the base of the trees. I'm going to kind of tap and then wiggle around here to keep with that sort of misty look. Then the next thing I'm going to do is get my brush wet. I'm going to take a little bit of white with it. And I'm going to start tapping. And pulling down these spooky little pieces of moss. I'm going to take a little bit of black, a little bit more of the phthalo. I make some of them darker now. Okay, I'm going to go back over to my rigger brush, number 2 rigger brush, and I'm going to add a little bit more to my branches here, making some of them darker looking. And then I'll soften with my filbert brush. So I'm going to start with straight white, and I'm going to have my ghost right here. I'm going to add a roundish head like that, and then we're going to come down over here, bring a sleeve out there, and then start to kind of get a feel for the drapey and flowy material. I'll come down here, have a sleeve coming up like that. This is where you want to feel free and kind of twist around with your brush to create those natural, free-flowing pieces of ghost fabric. So I'm going to take extra white and apply it right here. We're going to add white to the side to make it nice and bright. A few lines that come down, and then twist and wiggle. And then you want to pick a few areas. I always recommend wherever there's like an arch like that, the fabric comes up a little bit. Those creases in the fabric are going to hit the light more and be your highlights. Take a little bit of blue turquoise, some black, phthalo, a little bit of white in there. Not too much paint on my brush or water. Once you mix the paint up, just kind of dab it off. Then we're going to start to bring in some of this. And as it comes down here, I'm going to start to just blend in kind of with a dark path in the woods. I'm going to come right under this bright highlight here, pull that in. Pick up a little bit of white, mix that in, and go over that just to get like more gradual blend. I'm going to take a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and make this darker now. Remember to twist and roll your brush to create all those flowing, draping pieces of fabric. I'm coming with some more white now. The next brush we're going to use is a number 3 round brush. I'm going to take some black and we're going to add some eyes. Yeah, just a little bit of water, tiniest bit here. Now I'm just going to add eyes, but if you want to add more, if you want to add like a mouth or a nose or anything, go ahead. Have fun with this one. Okay, cleaning my brush off, I'm going to take a little bit of turquoise yellow and white. Mix that up. Come really close to the center between the eyes and then just cut over. Loop around there. And start adding some more lines. And again, wherever we have an arch like that, you're going to use that to pull off of. Do a little bit of yellow and white. And I'm going to mix up a little bit of magenta, blues, a little bit of black in there, a little bit of white, maybe a little bit too dark, so I'll add a little bit of white to it. Go around this eye. Scumble down a little bit with it. And then add some more depth between the folds. I'm going to go back over to my filbert brush. Soften. Take a little bit more white, a little bit of water, and a little bit of that, so it's more like this kind of off-white, bluey grayish color. And just do the twist and roll again. A little bit more white if it's not really showing up. I'm going to add some more white. Make sure it's nice and bright here. It might take a few coats. I pick a little bit of blue turquoise with my white. Add a little bit inside there. I just want to add a little bit of color. I like to add color wherever I can. I'm going to mix the magenta and those blues. I'm going to come in with the blues, magenta, a little bit more of the magenta. Mostly dry brush. And I'm going to stumble around the base here. Take a little bit more. And I'm going to add some more black. A little bit of water on my brush for this. Okay, let's go over to our rigger brush again. Some water and some black. And let's just come in and wiggle, twist and roll for some crooked branches in here. And let's have them coming around the corner. Have a little bit of that spooky moss hanging. I'm really having fun with this one. I think this might be my new favorite Halloween painting. And I really enjoy seeing all of your versions. I see you guys tagging me on Instagram and Facebook, and your paintings are just amazing. Makes my day when I see them. So keep doing what you guys are doing. I'm going to switch over to my round brush just to make this one a little bit thicker. And then I'll just go carefully inside the eyes here to make them nice and dark. I'm going to make a gray, pretty dark gray, watered down, and just slightly outline part of this ghost. To make him stand out a little bit more. Just using my filbert brush here to help thin that out, give me a little bit more control. And then I'll finish off with a little bit more white here. Whoops. Now if that happens, just carefully take it off. The thing about acrylic is it's so forgiving too that you can either take it off while it's wet or you can paint right over it. Ooh, this is spooky. I'm almost scared to show my grandson. It might be a bit too scary for him. Okay, well, I really enjoyed this one. I hope you guys like this one too. This was just so much fun. It's nice to change things up and do something a little spooky and scary. I hope you guys learned a lot about highlights and shadows in this as well. And have fun painting this one yourselves. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can join Patreon for more, where you get exclusive videos, extra long tutorials, and I can connect with you one-on-one over there if you need any advice. And I like to send my Patreon members out one of my prints. I've got so many prints to choose from now. I've been kind of addicted getting prints made of my artwork, but if you're interested in that, I'll have links below for everything. So take care, everybody, and thanks so much for all of your support here on my channel, Patreon. No matter where you follow me on online, on social media, I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Bye.